This is Isaiah Rhodes. I'm with a frequent collaborator of mine, Knicks Thomas, the biggest Knicks fan in the world, despite what you guys might think. This guy is beyond just a Knicks fan. He's a sports fan at the highest level, and obviously, with the coronavirus affecting the entire world, sports has been affected most, not most, but heavily, with the NBA season being suspended, uh, with about 17 games left. We've been trying to salvage the season as best we can, trying to find ways to be creative. And I want to thank Knicks for coming on and really just trying to break things down as best we can, as we wait and see when the 2019-20 season will resume. This particular conversation, we're gonna just discuss, the climate of the season and a couple of old NBA projections, MVPs, and just really break down what we saw through 65 games. So, Dev, how have you been feeling?
About the coronavirus, man, this is killing me right now. No sports. We're in the house all day, nothing to do.
Right.
But I understand that we all gotta stay safe, so we just gotta be patient and hopefully sports will come back soon, especially basketball. This was a good basketball season, so I'm hoping they don't cancel the whole season.
Yeah. I think for me personally, I want to commend Adam Silver for stepping up in a moment of leadership to really suspend the season when a lot of America was really in limbo in regards to the coronavirus. While it affected other countries, it wasn't necessarily taken as seriously here in America for whatever reason. But I think that once Rudy Gobert tested positive for the virus on March 11th, and the Oklahoma City Thunder Utah Jazz game was postponed, that really put the league on notice that they had to really do everything that they could to protect not only their players but fans as such. And by doing so, that set the tone for every sports league and every other entity to follow. So I think that that was a big moment for the NBA there. And while, like you said, while we are feeling it as fans and as enthusiasts of the game and of sports in general, I think that it was for a greater cause. And in regards to what you said in regards to the season, I do agree. I think that this season has been one of the best in recent memory, just because of the parity is so much more balanced, and everybody that isn't contention for the championship really believes that they have a true shot. So with 15 to 16 games remaining, you have the MVP race, which had just started to heat up. Uh, right before this all happened, you had a big time weekend for the Los Angeles Lakers and for LeBron on prime time against the Milwaukee Bucks and MVP frontrunner Giannis Antetokounmpo, followed by a big time matchup with the Clippers. So everything was starting to heat up just at the right time, and then this happened. In regards
Right.
to in regards to how you feel about the MVP race, and what are your thoughts on that?
I still think Giannis should be the MVP.
Right.
I know LeBron had his little charge, but it doesn't take away. I mean, LeBron had a great season, but Giannis was clearly the best player in the league this year. The Bucks were a historic team if you think about it, with the point differential and all that. He does. I don't even think he plays 30 minutes a game, and his numbers are crazy. So
Yeah.
I will give it. I will give it to Giannis. Second, I will give it to LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Third, I'd probably give it to Kawhi. Kawhi, we all think Kawhi missed a lot of games. He only missed about how many games he missed? About
No, so
eight to
far
10 games.
so far he's missed 13.
13. How many did Giannis miss though?
Oh, Giannis has missed. I can tell you right now. Giannis has missed 7.
Yeah, so a six. That's what I meant to say. A 6 game difference is not that big a deal to me. So I would have Kawhi third, and that's my top three right. And James Harden four, I guess, if I had to pick another person. But those would be my top four right there.
I think in regards to MVP race, it's really a two-man race. But to your point about Giannis, I think um, he's the front runner. But I think LeBron, given the the narrative that's been built around year 17 and just how great he's been playing uh, in terms of the running with Anthony Davis in the fashion that he has and still being the engine that drives this Laker team. Anthony Davis actually came out and spoke about it, and it was really interesting to hear him speak in regards to LeBron, being that he's an MVP candidate in his own right. In my opinion, I think Anthony Davis
Right.
and LeBron are going to cancel out votes for each other because as impactful as LeBron has been, leading the league in assists, still averaging 25 plus, still being LeBron in terms of being a playmaker. Anthony Davis' impact on the defensive end of the floor is what has really taken his Laker team to the next level. For a player to have to carry as much as LeBron has to carry offensively, Davis spoke about that when LeBron is being off the floor, this Laker team is totally different. And for him to be a top 5 player in his own right and still acknowledge LeBron's impact, it was profound to me in that moment. But I think to your point about what Giannis is doing, the Bucks, prior to this little light losing streak, they were on pace for 70. They still could potentially do it, but like you said, due to the recent missed games of Giannis, it'll probably not quite get to 70, but I see 67 and 68 games. For that to happen, wait, pardon me. Yeah,
Right. It's only. I'm sorry. If they win that much, it's hard not to give him an MVP. I don't think that's only happened one time. So
yeah,
it'd be hard not to give him MVP if they win 67 games.
yeah. I mean, for Giannis to do what he's doing, you mentioned the minutes. He's playing slightly over 30, but that uptick just came like 3 games ago. He was definitely under 30 minutes. I spoke about it before. Prior to this recent uptick, he and Zion were the only players in NBA history to play under 30 minutes and average over 24 points per game. So to see what Giannis was able to do, and is still able to do, he's at 31 minutes a game now. But to be averaging 30 points a game, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists on the heels of winning an MVP last year is just amazing. But I
Right.
I do think though, to your point about what LeBron is doing, I think being that this recent charge that he has, it probably would have swayed more voters given the amount of games left. But to this point, ESPN recently just did a poll in regards to the MVP and Rookie of the Year, and out of the 70 first place votes, Giannis has 60. So I think while the national narrative might be a certain way in terms of fans, I think people that have followed the game from a media perspective are in agreement with us that Giannis would be the front runner. Um,
Yeah, and he might. I mean, LeBron might. He could have had a chance if LeBron. I mean, if Giannis missed all these games, but we'll never know. So for right now, the season ended today. I'd give it to Giannis.
um,
Definitely.
let's discuss ONBA because I think this is where outside of just the matchups with premier teams, I think individually we've seen some great seasons as well, and people might differ in certain regards to who should be where. What are your thoughts on ONBA?
All right. So my first team, I have Giannis, LeBron. I have Luka, James Harden, and Anthony Davis. But I don't know if they're gonna count him as a forward or a center because McGee's the center, right? So I don't know what they're gonna do with Davis. But that would be my five though: LeBron, Giannis, Luka, James Harden, Anthony Davis. Those were the five best players in the league this year to me.
My first team I had is similar, but it's a slight tweak. I have Anthony Davis as my big. I have Giannis, LeBron, Luca, and Russell Westbrook. I think
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Kawhi should be in there too, but Kawhi over James Harden if I had to. But Kawhi's a forward, and he wasn't better than those other two forwards. But Russell Westbrook, come on, bro, stop it,
I think
stop it. Over
that
James Harden?
over James
Wait,
Harden.
say it again. Say your five again.
My five is Luca, Westbrook, LeBron, Giannis, and Anthony Davis. Now,
Right.
Obviously, with Harden scoring, he's averaging 34, historic. He's a great scorer. But for when I look at what Houston has done when they're playing at their best, is recently with what Westbrook has been doing over the last 3 months. Now, Harden has scored consistently, but shooting wise and how he's
Bro,
been so
stop
inefficient,
it.
I gotta
Stop
give it
it.
to Westbrook.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop
Compar-
it.
Comparable to where
Stop
where
it.
Harden has been losing me has been more so the 3-point shooting. He's shooting so many. If Harden didn't shoot as many
That's what he
threes,
does.
but
That's what
but
he does.
he's doing it to the team's detriment now. Very similar to what
No,
Westbrook did
no,
for years in
no.
OKC.
What? You can't compare that.
Why not?
Harden's a much better 3-point shooter than Russell Westbrook.
No, he is, but at the volume that he is not good for the team.
And then, so what? He's a 36% 3-point shooter. Russ was in the 20s. That's different. You
But
don't do that.
but this year he's not
Don't
shooting.
do that.
He's not. If you're shooting 10 threes a game at the rate of what
He's
Harden
shooting 30. He's shooting 35%. That's not bad. That's not terrible.
at that volume, you're comfortable with that.
It's a 3-point shooting league now.
But at the
That,
for me though,
and he still gets to the line. So
he
it's not
does
like he don't get to the line.
he does. But what I'm seeing from Westbrook this year, he's shooting close to 48%, averaging 27. I think I think they both have an argument, but I think that when Houston has played at their best, is because of what Russell has done in regard.
Nah, I can't. I can't. You lost me on that, bro.
All right,
You lost.
well, I mean,
You lost me.
I do think that Harden will get it, but I'm just saying from my own being, I think for the first team, I think that Russ should
You're
be.
a Russell Westbrook fan. You don't count.
But I mean,
You don't count.
based on this season, you think that Harden's playing better than Westbrook?
Yes, I do. Don't. You gotta take into account the entire season, not just this recent stretch.
But
Harden's been better.
it's not a recent stretch though.
His numbers are better all across the board.
They're not really though. If
Bro,
Russ is averaging close to 28, 8 and 7, right? And from December to now, he's averaging 31, shooting 51%.
okay, but you still gotta count November and October.
But
Harden's averaging 35, 7, and 7.
from but who's from October to November, those 2 months were bad, right? From December to March, that's a longer window of time.
Bro, Harden was better. Like,
So
I'm sorry.
from December to March, you got Harden being better than Westbrook?
Harden, James Harden,
Nah,
the beard, whatever you want to call it, James Harden. James Harden.
Bro, look at
All right.
James got some shooting games that's been putrid. Like
And Russ don't. I'm sure Russ does.
not from December to now. Ever since he stopped shooting threes, he's been shooting good the whole year. Well, from when he stopped shooting, which is December.
You stop. Oh, stop. What are you talking about?
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, Harden, while he's putting up the scoring totals, his shooting has been really, really bad, bro.
He's
Really
still a
bad.
45% field goal shooter. That's average. I mean, that's not average.
He's not
That's good. That's Kobe.
He's not at 45 though. He's at 43.
What is he at?
He's at 43.
Oh
And
my gosh.
Russ is near 48.
Why do you think that is though? Because all the attention's on James Harden. Don't nobody care about Russ, bro.
You saying that, but they getting shots. The only difference is Russ is not shooting threes. I'm not saying that I'm saying that Harden should shoot threes, but I'm saying the amount of threes and how he's taking the threes is not beneficial to the team. And then when you look at all of their premier matchups against premier teams, you look at both Boston games. You look at the recent Laker game in LA. You look at the Clippers games. all of those premier games, Russ is outperforming Harden.
Oh my gosh, I can't. All right, let's just we're gonna stop this because you talking crazy right now.
I'm,
Who you got for second team? I got.
all I'm saying is go back. All I'm saying is we could disagree. You could pick Harden. I got Westbrook. What I'm saying is go back and look at the Rockets games, and mind you, with this recent with this recent COV 19 COVID 19, they give us free access to all of the league pass. We could go back and look at the Rockets games, especially pre-mid games. Who's playing better? I promise you, it'll be Westbrook over Harden.
I don't think so. Anyway, who's your second team?
My second team, I have Kemba at the point guard.
Kemba Walker. What the hell? All right, go ahead.
All right, Kemba, Harden, Kawhi, Tatum, and Jokic.
Bro, Kemba Walker. Hell no.
So who's your other guard?
Hell no. I got Dame. I got Russ. I got Kawhi. I got Jokic, and I got who was my last forward? I think I had Jimmy Butler.
You got Jimmy. I got Jimmy on my third team. The reason why I put Kemba over Dame, I actually have Dame on my third team, is that while Dame's numbers are good, the shift really just started to happen in January. Outside of the January, Portland was losing. They're still losing a lot of games, but in terms of how he was able to pick it up after the new year, that's when Dame really started to pick it up, and Portland started to really put themselves in position to try to make a playoff run. The obviously with Corona suspending everything, it definitely put a wrench in them making their run to that 8th seed, and it was up for grabs. You know, Memphis has the toughest schedule of any team out west for the rest of the season, and New Orleans and Portland have the easiest schedules going forward. So this would have probably put them in position to try to steal it. That would have helped Dame going forward. But I think that for Dame, where what hurts him is the early months going into the new year. Comparable to Kemba is getting the most out of the young players, not just with Tatum, but you got Jaylen Brown having a career year as well. And Boston has been able to really surprise a lot of people and make a run for that 2 seed. So that's why I got Kemba as my All NBA second team.
I mean, Dame's been like way better than Kemba though. I can't do it. I don't have Kemba on any team. I don't.
Wait, what's your second team again?
It's Dame, Russ, Kawhi, Jokic, and Jimmy Butler. But I feel like I'm forgetting somebody.
Okay, so who's your third team?
My third team is Chris Paul, Bradley Beal, Tatum, Bam. That's 4, right?
Yeah.
Who am I missing? Am I missing a forward?
You missing a big. So maybe Embiid or no Embiid?
Oh yeah, Embiid. Okay, yeah, Embiid.
Okay, so say that again. You got Bradley Beal,
Chris Paul, Jason Tatum,
Embiid, and who's the other? Oh, and Bam. And you said Bam. Okay.
Yeah. Wait, Bam is he's a power forward. Yeah, I could put him in there.
Right. I have Dame. Let me read this right. I got Dame, Donovan Mitchell, and I said Embiid on my second team. No, I said Jokic on my second team. Embiid, Jimmy Butler, and then my last forward. Who would be my last forward? See, Bam's numbers are good, but it's very similar to like Domantas Sabonis for me. I don't really feel. But
He could be in there too.
Siakam.
Yeah, I was gonna put him in.
Siakam.
I mean, that's a solid list. That's a
Yeah.
solid list.
So we're disagreeing. I mean, you have Dame on second team. I have Dame on the third team. I don't have Chris Paul, but Chris Paul will steal some All NBA votes. I think his impact. He might even get uh him along with Jimmy Butler. They might steal some MVP votes as well. Maybe not a first place, but definitely a second or third place votes. I think their impact has been tangible on both franchises, especially for Chris with Oklahoma City battling for a top 5 seed out west.
Right. But yeah, man, that was good. That was a good shit, bro. But
Yeah,
the Russ thing, you lost me though.
I'm telling you. Wait, so we disagree with where I got Russ and Kimber. You don't have Kimber on the All NBA team at all.
Hell no.
Kimber Kimber's been putting up numbers though too. Kimber
Nah.
he's doing 21-5, 21-5-4, and Boston is in a position to be a top 2 seed out east. You got to give respect to that, especially getting the most out of the young players when
They got a
Kyrie
whole
did the year
team
before.
though. It's not like he's doing it by himself.
No, he's not. But to see Tatum make the jumps he's had, to see um to see Brown make those jumps as well. This essentially the same team. The only difference is the point guard, and to see them playing at this level, you got to give Kemba that credit too.
And Jason Tatum went up another level. That's why. That's the main reason why.
But would you point to Kemba's leadership and helping that, encourage that?
No, I do not actually. I don't.
So we're gonna have to see who's all NBA teams mirror reality when it comes out. But I will say this
All
though.
right.
I will say this though. I do think that Harden will make the first team just because of the scoring, but me personally, I think that Russ should be first team. Where
All
where
right,
where,
bro.
where we're gonna see the difference will be Siakam and Kemba. See if they
All
make
right.
the team
Bet.
in regards to that. So in regards to rookie of the year, Ja's gonna win it, but the best rookie is Zion, right?
Yeah.
All right. But are you a part of the crowd that says if New Orleans makes the playoffs, he should get it, or he didn't play enough?
I kind of think he should get it. I wouldn't be mad if he got it, to be
E-
honest.
Even with 37 games played?
That's if he plays the rest of the season.
Yes, 37.
Yeah, okay, I get it. That's not enough. You gotta play at least half.
Right.
But he's the main reason why they're in the playoffs if
Right.
they make it.
So and I do feel like if they do make it, which I think the Pelicans are gonna make it, to do what he's done in a limited amount of time and as dominant as he's been, as efficient as he's been, he's gonna get first place votes. But I think that the gap between the games played and considering how well Memphis has played, even if they don't make the playoffs, the season has been a success. So
Right.
Ja Morant has made a tangible impact on winning. It's just that Zion is he's the better rookie right now. And you can't deny that. Like in terms of just the consistency with which he played, with how he's played. I still feel like, he's getting his feet under him and getting his bearings. So there's gonna be some stretches where he's not getting the ball as much as he should. But I think going forward, once he becomes the focal point of the offense, it's going to be lights out for the league.
Right. I see what you're going, but yo, I'll holler at me on Friday. We do this again.
No problem, man. We'll break down some more. Thanks for your
All
time.
right. I got you, bro.
All right.